Hey everybody, this is Shawn Powell. I really enjoyed doing some training recently, and I'm going to continue doing so. I've taken the last week or so off, spent a lot of time with my female species. We actually wanted a little convertible, new little car to enjoy spring and summer with, and she hadn't had one in a long time. So we went and drove to the other side of North Carolina into the mountains, or almost to the mountains, and got a little yellow convertible Pontiac Solstice, which is really, really awesome little turbocharged 270 horse little sports car. So we've been playing around with that for the last week or so and have a lot of fun. And the days, in March in North Carolina can be pretty. So that's really starting to get there. So I picked three things. I've been kind of doing that on a regular basis when I do my videos. So I picked three things to talk about and do some training for. And so let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Go with what you've got. Now, for me, when I first started, y'all, I didn't have anything but my old phone, which this is one of my newer phones right here. So I had an old phone, and it was a $250 phone. It was an S3 phone, Samsung. And I had purchased a $4 stand off of eBay. Ironically, I wanted to start taking pictures, and I didn't have it. Anything to hold, the phones up to take professional pictures or better pictures for me and my son at the time. So I decided that I was going to order one. Ironically, I didn't know when I ordered it because back then it took a little while for it to get in. Back in 2014, I had no idea that I was going to start doing online business. So the same day that I decided to do online business was the exact same day that my $4 stand from eBay had came in. And so sometimes God does things for a reason. It's pretty cool. And so sat right there. I didn't even know how to edit, didn't know how to do anything. I mesh recorded, ran around the table, sat down and told people what I thought about my business. And that's what I had to go with. I'd done over 30 videos before I made my first sale. I didn't care. I could have done 50 of them. It did not matter. I was getting more comfortable at making videos and letting people see my sincerity, that I believed in something. And, I can tell you this. I know somebody that sells rainbow vacuum cleaners. And the biggest advice I could give anybody, if it's online or not, is still going to be sincerity. Show people that you believe in what you're doing, and then just let go, and people are going to sense that. It's so much better than having some slick words or some slick ad or whatever it's going to be to help you get through something. Now, I will tell you this. If you have a part that you hang up on, like telling somebody what the price of something like that is, finding somebody that does a really good job at that is a good thing. So I wouldn't tell you not to go observe how they do it. Take that little, that little nugget that you get from them and put it in your back pocket, how to smooth over that. And then the rest of it, y'all, it really doesn't matter. It's just about them connecting with you. Understand people join you in online business as well, right? So I started with nothing but a $4 stand and an old $250 phone. I had gotten and was doing well. I was starting to make $33 commissions in the business that we're in back at the time in 2014, which is My Cash Freebies. And I can't even think of Instant Payday, I think, or something, Instant Payday Network or something like IPDN or something like that. Wasn't in it long. Went to My Cash Freebies, which we were using in Automated Wealth Network, and we had Power Lead Systems as being the back end of the bigger, the bigger business itself. So I really decided on to start taking it seriously. So I decided to run to a pawn shop and buy a $135 used Hewlett Packard. And that's what I ran with. And it wasn't anything great. It was just something used. It was a small processor. But the recording, the audio was really good. Matter of fact, my audio on it was still better than my newer laptop and probably even this tablet, to be honest. So that's one thing it did, is it had a really crisp sound to it when I was talking. Now, even then, I still didn't have software that would show me or have me in the corner or anything like that. So I would just pop a picture on the screen and say, hey, everybody, my name is Shawn Powell. I did restaurants for 26 years. Looking away out, this is my little boy, Adam, and I'd have a picture of me and him and just talk a little bit about us, about what online business has meant to me, put the picture down, and then just go through the list. And I have all the pictures already ready to pull them up. And it was kind of nice because without having somebody there, all they can do is look at it and hear your voice. You know what I'm saying? So in some ways, I think it was probably better than actually see me on the screen because they could really pay attention to whatever I was pointing at or saying on the screen. I was using a software called Debut. The reason I was using cheap, free software is because I wanted to be realistic And what it means is when I got into online business, I didn't want to go spend a lot of money on this and stuff like that. I also didn't want to join businesses where I had to make monthly payments. My mentality was, why in the world would I join a business to make payments? I was here to make money. So I had a lot of maturing to do, but at the same time, I know a lot of people would appreciate it that if I was being successful and using the software that I would tell them to use or could get for free, then why not do that? So the software I was using back then was a software called Debut, Debut, and they did actually have it to where, well, if this was sideways, you'd have my little picture up here, at the bottom corner, and it would do, that in the background as well. But for the beginning, for a while, it didn't have that as an option. And so when somebody joined, I would suggest them using Debut, and I knew it inside and out, so I could help them as well in the process. So that worked for me, and it was something free to go with. Over a period of time, I decided to go to Camtasia. Matter of fact, I was starting to make six-figure income with that old $135 laptop that I had got from the pawn shop at that time. And it was still the same answers, y'all. Nothing to really change about telling people what you think about your business, what it means to you, what it would mean to you, going all in, leading by example so that people would do the exact same thing. That's so important, y'all. And that's what I did. As a matter of fact, it had gotten to the point where my fan started making noise. Excuse me. I'd actually been sick for the last few days. I apologize. Went and got in the sunshine, got about sunburnt, and come home and had chills. I guess it was just from the sunburn. I don't know. But anyhow, so I actually had gotten to where I had to take a screwdriver and put it in the side. And I know computers. I could not get the fan to quit making vibrating sounds. So I couldn't even use it. But at that time, y'all, I was already making enough money that was time to mature from that $135 laptop that had a screwdriver in the side to keep the fan from scraping sounds while I was doing the video. And I went and finally bought me some decent laptops for me and my son so he'd leave my laptop alone. And that's how it goes. Now, to this day, y'all, I can tell you this. When I use Camtasia, the one I use is actually one of the older versions. I think 2009 or something like that. I don't even use the newest ones because I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. When it comes to software and things like that, y'all, any software that you're comfortable with, that you learn how to use, I think that's more important than anything else. Secondly, on top of that, if you have Mickey Mouse bouncing on your screen and stuff like that, that's great. But to be honest, y'all, your message is more important than whether or not you've got these awesome effects taking place. So you can come right down to, this is my little, tablet I purchased not too long ago. I've been enjoying making my videos with. But I could use that and just say, that's it. That's all I need. I could use my phone. I could use a selfie stick if I want. Or I could just put my phone up and, going down the road or walking or whatever. It makes, kind of interesting background. And just tell people whatever I want to teach them, the things I had learned or things of that nature. The point is, some of y'all are going to think that you've got to have this high-end computer or you've got to be able to do this, or you got to look like this or something like that, and you don't. Perfection will actually scare people. Matter of fact, I had gotten to the point where I quit editing out things other than my son walking through the door or one of his buddies walking through the door while I'm making a video that he didn't know I was going to be making. That's about the only time, or if I coughed or something like that. And to be honest, half time I won't even do that. Or sneeze. If I sneeze or something like that, I might would. All right. So what I learned is if I was taking all day long to edit out videos to make it perfect, my perfected videos, some people contact me telling me that they couldn't do it. But if I left everything by just clicking a mash record and tell people what I think about my business, showing that I believe in my business and sincerity, they could do that. And to me, perfection means not being a perfect in the first place. That's how you achieve perfection in online business, and just let it go. Learn to let go, y'all, and make it work for you your way by you applying your action. That's the God's honest way, best thing to do. Okay, number 2. Pick your best way to get out to people and master it. Okay, so I started Craigslist. When I started online business, I collected big arcade games. Matter of fact, right here, if you watch any of my older videos, you would have two big arcade games right here to the left or right. One was a Miss Pac-Man machine that I had saved, and another one was a Raiden game, which I had paid $25 for. That was my very first arcade game. I wound up getting like 13 big arcade games over the years. That's what you do when you're single full-time dad in an old two-story house. You had plenty of room, right? So anyhow, so I was comfortable with Craigslist only because I had purchased, arcade games and things of that nature. So in my opinion, I was going to be the Craigslist guy, or the Craigslist king or whatever you want to call it. And so when I got an online business, I thought I was going to be it. And I got about 130 leads off of Craigslist, which there's a lot of nastiness between one's black and, what does he call it? Black flag and the other, or whatever you want to call it, back and forth. Trying to find a sweet spot where people leave you alone, things of that nature. And Craigslist is really smart for people to do that back and forth with each other and used to allow it. So I had 130 leads that nobody completed. I never made not one commission off of. Now, if it's the only way in the world to get out to people, I probably would have perfected and figured it out. But I realized that I didn't know what Facebook was. A 40-some-year-old man working 60, 65 hours a week, being a single full-time dad, does not really, usually, at least back in the day, I didn't really care about Facebook. I didn't even know that a Facebook group existed. I wasn't a big MySpace person or anything like that. I was working too many hours, to be honest, y'all, to even care or think about something like that. So when I got an online business and they were telling me about joining Facebook groups and stuff, I didn't even know a Facebook group existed. But what I learned was the information and people connecting with you, and there's literally, a billion people or somewhere like that, probably a lot of bots and copy and whatever, but close. There's a lot of people, an ocean of people out there. To me, it made more sense for me to focus at Facebook. So because I didn't want grandma, excuse me, and the people I went to school with seeing me floundering and failing potentially or whatever, and that was a hang up. That was a real hang up to me. So what I did was I made a second Facebook account and made it where I didn't have friends and family on that one. I had the one that was family and friends. I had this one with nothing more than just online business itself and nothing else, right? And there, I didn't care if I messed up. Great. I'm just trying to learn something in the first place. So this is going to be my place where I can try things. And secondly, every time somebody saw me there, I was branding myself into those businesses as being the Power Elite Systems guy, Exitus Elite guy, whatever the business was, Press One Cash guy, Mobile Biz, whatever it was, that's who I was. And that's an awesome way for people to meet you and go look down your timeline and see nothing but you being a beacon for these businesses that you did. So did I screw up at times? Absolutely. I didn't know everything I was doing. All I knew was I was excited. A simple rule, y'all, if I'm not getting seen and heard, I'm not going to grow. And I'm willing to try things to see what happened. And to me, that's so much better than people that join something, stand there like got paralysis, and that's it. So I wound up focusing at Facebook because of the fact that I felt like I actually went about 2 weeks. I got very few leads, and I got mad at it. And when I started writing things that meant something, like, I've been doing online business for restaurants for 26 years. I had no end in sight. And here, y'all, I'm pure excited about this. I'm starting to make sales, things like I'm already seeing the light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing with potential. When I started writing things like that and putting a picture of me and my little boy and writing respectful posts, something magical happened. I started getting respectful leads that were connecting with me. So what I would do is I would try a bunch of different things. I'd have that one ad that worked because I applied action and learned, and I would take that one and put it in my back pocket. And then when I found another one that worked, or maybe a couple of keywords like listen, alert. Things like alert is one of the most successful words for grabbing attention. Not everybody even thought about it. I looked that up. So I put listen, alert in big letters, listen, alert, like twice back to back with exclamation points, and then write what I want to do, real, respectful post that was real. And I remember I went to work and I got over 30 some leads by the time I got home at 2 o'clock. That's the first time I'd ever got 30 leads ever, And I was like, well, that's working. I was still working, full time at that time. So I decided I would focus more at that, putting my ads together, show some proofs of income, but still having a picture of me and my little boy there. And I use that to kind of brand myself, as a matter of fact. So next thing I know, y'all, I've become pretty successful at it. I was able to quit my job May 7th of 2015. So that was 6 months from the time I started an online business. And I was focusing at Facebook and that same business at Automated Wealth Network at the time. And I was number one in the world in that offer. Now, I had seen second place, third, and fourth place, which I was doubling second place often on leaderboards, but I was having to work my tail off every day with Facebook. So second, third, and fourth place, y'all, were all YouTubers. And they were working a whole lot less than I was. They were having a residual, from the amount of work they were doing a lot longer and better than what Facebook was. So when I quit that business, and because I had seen people making $7,000, $8,000, and I was working my tail off to make enough to pay the bills, I was making $4,000 plus a month, but it wasn't the big money. So when I got away from the small businesses, that again, the wrong businesses done right is still the wrong business, and went to the higher commission ones and actually positioned myself to make life-changing income, that's when everything changed. It really did. So I decided, instead of doing Facebook, that I wanted to tackle YouTube and see what happened in higher commissions. Now, what I learned was YouTube is king for just about everything. But why wouldn't it be? Because you have a chance to show people that you believe in something. Teach people when video is one of the hardest, is one of the strongest things you can do. Show sincerity, show proofs of income. Excuse me. You could actually be like a little vlog every day showing your success in some of my businesses by showing my back office and things of that nature, if the company will allow you to do so. So that's what I did, and it really took off. And within the first 90 days of me doing YouTube, I was already over $13,000 a month in the businesses I was doing by just nothing but YouTube itself. So I decided that I still needed a home somewhere I can show people I'm a beacon by using my Facebook accounts. And so I would show proofs of income, welcome, congratulate people, things of that nature, and have training on my Facebook as well as my videos. So that's the format that wound up fitting best for me, was going to be YouTube and my Facebook together. Now, I'm not telling you got to do that. I'm not even coming close to that. I said pick your best way of getting out to people and master it. Now, what it means is I'm going to pick one way to get out to people. I'm not going to try to learn 95 different things. Don't need any of that, to be honest. I don't care what business you come in. They always have all these things, all this different training and stuff. You don't need any of it. Why do I got to learn all this if I'm not even going to do it? Don't waste your time doing this, and your excitement and enthusiasm is going to go down because you're trying to learn something that you ain't even going to need, and focus at the things that you're going to do. That's going to use your strengths. Again, letting people connect with you is the most important thing you're ever going to do, and brand yourself in the businesses, being fully positioned and leading by example. You do those things and then master it, knowing you're not going to quit, by applying action and learning yourself along the way. That's where the strengths are going to come from with you and your business. So I would highly suggest, think about your strengths. What makes, what do you think is going to be your best strengths? And do those very things in your business in promoting itself. And simple rule, just like I said earlier, if I'm not getting seen or heard, I'm not going to grow. Okay, so it's real important. Okay, number 2. This is the big one here. Review and why it's so powerful. Tell them what you think. Learn about your business. Okay, so review. Let me show you this, y'all. Here's a mouse right here, right? Mouse. You could totally do a review video for this. I'm not trying to put it where you can see it. Or can I? I can't. Okay. So you could put it, do a review for that mouse. I could do a review for this keyboard. Technically, I could do a review for this ink pen, my phone right here, the restaurant itself, East Coast Wings and Grill. That's where I went to this evening. My Android TV, which I'm running back here on my Roku TV. I like Android better. And keep on going, right? So the word review, just about with anything that you put it with, is going to be one of the strongest words that you're going to use. But why is it so strong? Because people are on the other side. You're on this side. You know the answers to things that they do not because you own it. You have used it. You have the car you drive. The little yellow car that my girlfriend, just got the other day is absolutely gorgeous, right? Less than 3,000 pounds, 270 horses. It's like putting a Mustang motor inside of a Miata is what it's basically like. So it's a lot of fun, right? So I could do a really good review talking about the little sports car she got. Well, same with online business or anything else, y'all. So using the word review is one of the most powerful things, but it's mainly because you're on the inside, they're not, and they want to know what you know. And by doing so, NordicTrack, I bought a treadmill a while back that had the little display, and stuff like that for a tablet built inside. And it went to number one for NordicTrack, which is pretty awesome, But why was it number one? Because I used the terms for a review, and that's what most people want to know about something. Now, tell them what you think and learn about your business. So, when you do a review video, this is what I suggest you not do. You got a page, and every time you join a business, it's nothing more than a page full of zeros, right? It's what you do with it that makes something. And to be honest, y'all, God's honest truth, what you think about your business is more important than what business you actually do, believe it or not. There's people that are doing businesses I wouldn't touch. I'm not going to put it down. They can ask me what I think about it. If they like it, I'll say, well, it's just not my kind of business or whatever, But the thing is, why am I going to shoot something down that might be the thing that changes their life? Just because it ain't the right business for me. Just like Craigslist is the right way for me to get out to people. There's a lot of people I know that are very successful at it. Why in the world would I want to shoot that down in the process, So as far as your business, I would suggest, this is a very strong part though, is finding a business that mathematically is going to help you reach your goals that you want to reach. Because you can go get every person your zip code, and if it's only a $10 commission for each one, you may not still be able to reach your goals in that month's time. And then come next month, you have to do it again. And that was the problem I was having. Even though I was number one in the world in that business, until I went to Exitus, where the average commission was $1,000, $2,000 commissions. And literally for me to make $10,000 would only take 4 people, or 5 people to do so in that amount of time frame, compared to me getting 300 to 350 members a month and making only $4,000 a month. So the mathematics itself does play a factor. So I would suggest joining a business that that you believe in, for sure. If you don't believe in it, then don't do it. If you're not willing to go all in, don't do it, because it's not going to be life changing for you. So those are very important things. But tell people what you think about your business. Do not go up here at the top left and start saying, okay, well, this here, if you click this button here, this is going to take you here. If you click this button here, I joined a business and I went to YouTube and I looked at the number one videos, and it was the most boring videos I'd ever seen in my life. I took some notes to myself that what I should not be doing for that videos. And I went, and there was over 1 million people in that business. And one of them, I'm not going to say the name, was from years ago. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is tell people the big picture, what they need to know. Why did I join? What makes it great? What do they need to know about it? The goal they need to reach is going to be 50 of these. Or when you get to this, y'all, over such and such amount of days, blah, blah, blah. And I started telling people what they needed to know, as opposed to being that most boring monotone. If you click here, that'll take you to here, and then this is here. That's not what people want to know. People want to know what you think about your business. And to be honest, y'all, you can do these videos without knowing everything about your business. And when you start to learn more about your business, you can do more videos talking about that. Maybe about how awesome the support is. Jacob, I had no idea when I first joined Exitus Elite that Jacob was going to be the best support I'd ever seen. Or Paul Stevenson was going to be the best owner I had ever met, ever, in any business. Yet I learned it along the way. So what did my videos do? They became where they evolved. More talking about Paul Stevenson and Exitus Elite. And then adding that to the point that I believe in the business. I can breathe that business, right? Then it's just the right kind of business for me. So to me, go with what you've got. Don't worry about it. If it's nothing more than an old phone and you walking with your hand out like that, y'all, your message is way more important than whether or not you have Mickey Mouse bouncing around on the screen. Pick your best way to get out to people and master it, y'all. The one that's going to have your strengths, what makes you most comfortable with it. No, you do not have to be in front of a video to do that. It's going to be whatever way it works out best for you. But do keep in mind, let these people connect with you and be accessible. It's very important. And number 3, review. And why it's so important is because you are on the inside. They are not, and they want to know what you know. So that's why the word review is so powerful and something you want to think about. Tell them what you think about your business. Don't worry about starting up here on the top left or anything like that, y'all, and just going down it. Give them the big picture, what they need to know about, what you've learned about it, and that's going to be more than enough. And if you're being sincere and accessible and being a beacon for your business, there's no reason that you won't be the sponsor and the person they're looking for to join that business. So, all right, y'all. Exitus Elite, 11 years old. I've been with them since 2016. I couldn't be any happier. It's still the best business I've ever been part of. Best owner, best support. I'll put your first member in for you, the G1000, the G2000, which averages $1,000, $2,000 commissions. I did a count a while back. I really need to do a new one again. 30 members I put in. I think 24 of them came in at the $2,000 level. I had 4 that came in at the 1,000, 1 at the 500, and 1 at the 100. So if you want to know how important it is to go all in and see what very few people it could take to change your life, that's what being in position in a life-changing income business is like. Secondly, there's no monthly or yearly fees. We get paid immediately. We get to pick out what we get paid, and we always make 100% commissions. So that's why I'm still in Exitus Elite, still smiling from ear to ear since 2016, and I've had no reason to leave and go anywhere else. So if you've enjoyed this video, I appreciate it, y'all. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll be making more of these videos. I already got quite a few. I'm using my little tablet right here. And with that being said, y'all, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you'd like to join our business, I look forward to seeing you part of the team. Appreciate it.